Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Sweden. Last time we had an unexpected development, and as the Nordic Defense Union, we had the United States join our faction. So they're now helping us out in our war against the Soviets. Starting to see a few American units trickle in, but just as importantly, we have American air power around here, who's really helping us control the skies. Now you can see the Soviets control almost nothing. Going to move some fighters up here to help control where we're pushing near Archangelsk. And right now we're just moving our forces along to keep pushing deeper into the Soviet Union. Let's see how their surrender progress looks. They are down to 36% of their victory points. The tough part is that once you get into this area of the Soviet Union, those victory points get really few and far between. So you have to push through a lot of territory to actually conquer anything. On the flip side, the US is also fighting the Japanese. So far, it looks like they're holding out well. They still have the Caroline Islands, which usually the US loses pretty early. Still have Guam, and it looks like there's a small holdout in Cebu in the Philippines. So we'll keep an eye on that one. We also have a Filipino exile division fighting for us currently. So how is this front looking? Still getting in position. Looks like they might be holding up to avoid getting really sucked into where there's not enough supplies there. We'll keep building out our military factories. I also have 6 divisions of useless cavalry sitting around here because one of these focus paths requires 20 divisions, and I didn't have the manpower for 20 full divisions. Especially after an absolute blunder led to me losing 3 divisions up here in the north. So we are currently kind of gaming it with some cheap cavalry divisions, just so we can meet that requirement. And our ultimate plan is to, of course, defeat the Soviet Union, conquer all this territory. I also did request Leningrad from Finland. So that's going to free up some Finnish manpower, though I'm going to have to spend some manpower protecting it. I'll actually use this dummy division to see. Let's see. Actually, this cavalry brigade's better at it. So I'll use that cavalry brigade to start suppressing. We've got to keep that resistance down so we don't run into some problems in Leningrad. In the north, we're slowly moving forward. I did get a little too greedy and try to send an armored division up to Murmansk, and they were surrounded and captured. Definitely not an ideal outcome there. I'm ignoring all of these non-aggression pacts for now. From Norway, I don't know. I don't know if that would get weird with me planning to invade Norway fairly soon. Okay, we're gonna go Volkstrom here. Let's see. And yeah, that's just 2% recruitable population. I would like these fire brigades, but I need the population to field an army. We can keep pushing down this path here now that we have joint military exercises, and we'll get 200 weekly manpower through unified recruitment once that's complete. So that's again going to help us field a larger army, which we need. We're getting 2250 a week from this last focus for mobilization, and there are some war support and stability penalties along with that, but I think those are worth it for the amount of extra troops we can recruit. Now, one of the things with having the US on our side is we're getting naval invasion alerts for the Pacific, so I've just got to stay on top of those and make sure I don't lose track. And what have we here? Oh, we have a set number of ships they're supposed to recruit to. So let's just kick that all the way up to the maximum, and then all of my submarines should join that fleet once they are produced. Also have some destroyers on escort duty who should be helping to protect my convoys. Now, we have started building some medium tanks. Got some infantry equipment to upgrade as well, have some artillery to upgrade. And I threw just 1 extra factory on support equipment because I know that can go fairly quickly. especially when you're using a lot of support companies like we are. So it looks like the southern front is going to be held up mostly by supply availability. I'm going to send an extra division in to attack here. And let's get rid of this front, because that's just on the German faction border, who we're not at war with yet. But we will be. Oh, the Finns want to buy some fighters. Absolutely. I gave them some older fighters in the previous episode. I haven't seen if they're actually fielding an air wing yet. I'd assume they are if they're wanting to actually buy fighters from me. There we go. We've got, looks like Soviet air power trying to come to the rescue in Kola. I have a lot of fighters here. Let's send one of these elite fighter wings up to support our offensive in the north. And we'll also send our close air support to this front as well. They're a little bit out of range, but hopefully they can contribute a little bit to those fights. And maybe even take out some trucks as well. Just again, trying to be cautious of manpower as we're pushing into the Soviet Union. Let's create a new tank brigade, or tank division. Get all confused because it's called a Panzer Regiment in the name here. And it's tempting to throw a medium tank in it right now. Let's add another light tank and some more motorized infantry just for now, while we have the troops to do it. We'll worry about starting to convert those to medium tanks later. Right now we only have probably, what, 20 medium tanks? Yeah, 26 medium tanks ready to go. We're building them up, still working on getting that factory going full speed. I'm thinking about a naval dockyard, but really, our Navy's just going to be local, just helping out where they can. And it's really going to be the American Navy we're going to have to rely on. So maybe it would be good to build some radar stations over here for the inevitable push into Norway. And looking at infrastructure, these northern provinces have so many resources. We'll want to make sure we have excuse me, good infrastructure there so we can get the most out of those resources. Going to ignore those for now. And I saw we had a political leader who just became available with one of the recent focuses that we unlocked. Wasn't that one? I don't think that was it. I'm trying to find out who this was. All right, I need to track this down because this is going to bother me. I think it was part of one of the focuses over here. Yes, mobilization of society. No? Thought one of these gave me a new political advisor. Maybe it was... No, it wouldn't be over here, because these are these shared focuses. Interesting. I'm not sure exactly where this is all... Where was that? Because I know I saw it. Could have changed in the update, perhaps? Oh, I do have focuses for getting additional dockyards. So maybe that would be a good way for me to start to build up my Navy a little more without having to dedicate too many resources. Again, not going to build a huge Navy because it's just not practical being already 1942 and not having a huge economy. Here we go. Oh, there. I thought we were starting to build up some manpower, but that was just right before they reinforced. We've got more artillery building. Infantry equipment's looking good. So let's kick up that medium tank production. Norway's not ideal for it. Now that I'm talking about it, Mountaineers would be good for Norway. We don't have any Mountaineers. Wonder if we can throw up, once I maybe capture this coastal province, can throw a naval base in here and bring in some supply that way. The Finns are fully supplied. I'm curious how they're doing that. I think my one division should be able to punch through. All right, this is Volvo, so we got our motorized. What do you have? Side-mounted machine guns. A little extra breakthrough won't hurt for all of our designs that use trucks. We actually have a ton of extra trucks compared to what we need. So let's go with Mountaineers. I think that's going to be the one that's going to make the most difference right now. Then being 1942, yeah, maybe just a depth charge thrower so we can throw that on our old destroyers and defend our sea lanes a little better. All right, now we have that province taken, so I'm going to build I'm still clicking in the wrong menus. Going to build a naval base there so that we can get some supply in. We'll send this right to the top and build that as quick as we can. So now we are starting to push through. I do like that in the update, units will hold back from the front if it's going to cause supply problems. I think that's helpful. I'd like to see maybe a little more balance in it where they might go up, send a couple, because right now I have nobody on this front line, and it's only one division deep. So I don't know, maybe an in-between solution would be the best there. But we'll hold our troops back, wait until the right time to send them forward. There was something here that I'm going to look through these again, because we had one that was manpower related. So this wasn't it. Not it. Not it. Here we go. Population and manpower, and reduces fascist support. So not that we have a ton of, we actually have no fascist support really. War support's minus 1%, but we can take that. Here we go. Now we are working on there we go. So the Germans took this, no longer our problem. So let's see, where are we going to throw our armies right now? Everyone here is having supply trouble. Let's get everyone to just garrison for now, until I come up with another plan. We'll just get set up with some solid garrisons. I am going to retake Gotland soon. There we go. Now we have some serious manpower rolling in. Didn't even look at what the next focus available is under this one. I've got to have 8 truck divisions or 31 infantry divisions. These actually don't look fantastic, so I'm not going to worry about that. Not going to do civilian contribution, although develop the resources underneath, that actually seems worth it. So maybe we'll go that direction. Yeah, we're going to be building up some very serious manpower. We got Volkstrom, we have these weekly manpower modifiers. So now we can start to build out a very serious army. Not that we weren't serious before. I think we had some decent troops. And we're a little better than even with the troops we have in Leningrad versus the manpower getting out. That's kind of how I measure it. If it's worth, holding a territory like that. We are also getting some aluminum from it, getting a military factory. So I think it's good. I think it's worth it. So the Soviet Union just capitulated. All right. What do we want? I think we want Leningrad. That's probably my main demand. Can I take Parnu as well? Let's submit this. Germans also want it. I'm going to push through the demand. All right, so we've got Leningrad. And Parnu is also one of our demands. I'll take Murmansk too. There's some resources up there. I could take this whole weird northern coast. Northern Urals, take those resources. Let's see. Got those. Very good. Do I want more? Excuse me. I don't know what else I want. Some of these... Now, this isn't taken. This is a ton of oil. And some decent population, I think, in Azerbaijan. Maybe I don't want to take it. I want to... let's see. Maybe we can liberate a... oh, here we go. Let's puppet some stuff. Maybe we can satellite... Can we satellite Kazakhstan? I feel like there might be some memes in this. I just lost it. Where is it? How did I just lose this? If you're watching this, I'm sure this will be infuriating to see me... No, here we go. There was more above it. Let's see if we can do this. Looks like we got a decent amount there. So we'll keep contesting this. Get as much of Kazakhstan as we can. And what else do I want? We'll satellite Azerbaijan as well. Now it looks like that's kind of taken. Maybe we'll just keep working on Kazakhstan. There we go. I think we're done here. Let's see how things shake out. Let's go through a few ticks to let things process. Look how much that slowed down. There must be a ton that the AI is figuring out right now. Germany's going to be a bear. Look at that. Look how much territory they have. The resources are absurd. Looks like Finland took quite a bit too. Oh yeah, everybody's trying to figure out how to get their troops back out of all this newly occupied territory. So let's see how our faction looks. Still getting used to the new interface. Nordic Defense Council. So basically we just added Iceland. Or not Iceland. We already had Iceland. We just added Kazakhstan. Let's see how Kazakhstan looks right now. They have 7,000 manpower, 5 civilian factories, no military factories, no divisions, and no equipment. They've got to have more than that. I think they have some solid population. There, Finland wants to buy some stuff from me. Where is Alash? One thing we can do now that the war is over in this part of the world is send some of our planes to help the U.S. if there are actually air bases that can accommodate us. I don't know if the U.S. controls many airfields here, but if they did, that would be really cool. Yeah, I don't see any that they control. Wonder if we can build an airfield here. We'll just start building an airfield in Guam, and maybe we can use that as a base to operate out of a little bit. How does our occupied territory look? We've got to check this out. Let's see, Soviet Union. Yeah, we're spending a lot of manpower to control that right now, but it'll get better. Estonia, yeah, they're a little further along in compliance. Doesn't look as rough. We also got Gotland back. What else do we have here? Anything interesting? We can get double the manpower we're getting from the Philippines, but I don't know that's worth the command power right now. Iceland, look at that, taking 6,000 casualties. So we have a pretty solid alliance here. 199 divisions, 747 factories. We actually outnumbered the regular allies now. And if we look at how the, let's see, the Germans actually fighting anyone? I don't believe so. Oh, here we go. So they have more factories than we do. But we have us, so I think that'll be worth something. Got 28 experience, so I'm not going to build out our new medium tank divisions just yet. I'm going to wait a little bit. Yeah, we should see this taking up quite a bit with our weekly manpower gains. We have our increased recruitable growth. We're still mobilizing up to 7%. We've got a few things going here that's gonna help us get to some larger army sizes. Do we have much Filipino manpower left? 2,000, so that's worth something. Could create a Philippines air wing. That might be fun to do. So we already went fully down this path. We haven't started with the improved bogies wheel yet. That adds some speed and reliability. Always good to have. So we'll just update this to our latest tank and make sure we've got that upgrade on it. Of course, can't upgrade the Sherman because it's not our tank. So nothing we can do there. All right, mobilization of society ended. And I had to look at that pop-up to remember that we actually are at war. I actually managed to forget about that. But we are at war. Still at war with Japan. Let's go through our upgrades we've got available. So this tree is fully upgraded. Got some production efficiency gain we can add. Or we can do heart attack for anti-armor versus production efficiency. Let's add that heart attack to our anti-armor for infantry. Because when we do end up fighting the Germans, there's going to be a lot of tanks, I'm sure. Is our airfield built yet? Yes. Let's send some of our fighters over. We have some great fighter wings. This isn't one of them. This is one of our less experienced ones. This one is maximum experience plus an ace. So I'm sure they will be very tough for the Japanese to deal with. And our fighters are not bad. I think we've got some pretty solid stats here. Could we also send some of our Navy? Really no need for our Navy to be in the North Sea right now, considering that it's been completely taken. Let's just focus on the Bismarck Sea, since that's where the action is. We'll set these guys to escort convoys. This will be a strike force fleet, and this will be a convoy raiding fleet. So first they're going to repair up. Looks like this should go pretty quickly. A lot of these are only very slightly damaged. Oh, let's also look to see if we can dedicate more shipyards to repair. That's going to be... Let's do more. Let's do 6. Because let's see, yeah, we've got most of these dedicated to building convoys. Do we even have any on destroyers? Yes, we have 2 on destroyers. But that'll get our ships all repaired and ready to go sooner. We'll send our ships out into the Pacific. Swedish Navy deploying in the Pacific. Not something I thought we'd see here, but that's how things have shaken out. We've got more industrial capacity here. I think this is helping from all the weapons we've been selling. I think that's helping build out what we can provide. Let's see, is the Kazakh army developing at all? They do have some infantry equipment. Looks like they might have bought some. Still only 7,000 manpower. Okay, they're volunteer only, civilian economy, export focus. So yeah, they don't have much. But they have all the infantry equipment they could need right now, considering they don't even have 1 division. So once they do start to recruit, we can send them some stuff, but I'm not worried about that yet. What we can do probably is, we can recruit a Kazakh division, since they are our subject. No, we can't. Thought we could. They're not a puppet, they're a satellite, so we can't do that. Just looking through my options here again. Seeing if there's anything worth doing. I don't really think so. Look at that manpower. 120,000 and we're not done yet. I think one thing to do here is let's see, 35. We got 35 experience. So let's create a 40 with, I guess we can call it our offensive infantry. Pick a new symbol for it. I like the shark. I don't know why, but I go with the shark quite a bit. It's probably the best, excuse me, the best support companies we can go with that we have right now. Just seeing what this would change. Extra support equipment for just extra suppression. Interesting. And then let's throw a medium tank battalion in there just for some armor. How's that looking? 35 out of 35. 29 width. It's going to get bigger. But we'll start there for now. I know we're going to need more tanks. Let's kick up this infantry equipment production, because we're going to expand. And I don't want to have to dig back into these older stockpiles for it. How are our planes doing here? Lost 7. 5 of those are due to accidents. I wonder why I have so many accidents. Are accidents linked to reliability on planes? That's the only thing I can really think of that would make sense here. Let's go with a new destroyer hull. Let's keep this research slot on our navy. And is our navy here yet? So they're moving to Palawan. They're moving to the naval base of the Caroline Islands. You should be on convoy rating. And you're holding position in the Bismarck Sea. You should be on convoy escort. Let's get some more oil. I know we definitely need that. Since the U.S. is our friend, let's get some oil from them. I know we just burned through a bunch moving our navy down. Well, probably. This is probably more oil than we need, but it's probably worth it to have some backup. And we lost 6 destroyers to a giant Japanese fleet. That's unfortunate, but not unexpected. How are we doing here? We're taking out some of their fighters. Still a lot of accident losses. I'm going to have to look up what causes accident losses, because we might have... There might be something we can do about that. So we're continuing to build up our army. We've got some regular divisions, got a new tank division, and our big new infantry division coming right up. Bulgaria canceled something with us. Let's just add more infantry to this. Kick up the combat width a little more. There we go. Developing resources. That'll give us more to play with. And for our focuses, let's see. Joint research. Shared intelligence. That would just get Finland to create an intelligence agency. Don't really need these defensive lines. Anti-tank guns. One dockyard. Another dockyard plus some stuff. Yeah, let's go with this new dockyard. I'm sure it won't hurt. Let's build some radar in Guam. That might help us hold out. And we can't build in Kazakhstan because they are, I guess, whatever their subject type is. Oh, here we go. We got some fighting going on in Australia. Hopefully have some success here with our submarines. I'm hoping they could catch up and take down some of these. And I think this is going to be a good place to call it today. So we saw the collapse of the Soviet Union a little sooner than anticipated. And we are now taking our newfound possessions, from which we're starting to get some decent manpower out of the Soviets, getting some more resources. And we're going to start throwing this at the Pacific to help defeat the Japanese until it is time to turn on the Germans and reconquer what is rightfully ours in Norway. So thanks again for watching. Hope you are enjoying the series and have a good one.